What is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack, rocking it solo Sunday, September 5th. Big thanks to Ryan for covering the slate yesterday. Gave me some time off, and I got some stuff done, so I very much appreciate that to him. I'm ready to crush this Sunday slate. I always like these Sunday afternoon slates. We got 10 games. I thought there might be some weather to discuss, but there's not, which is always nice. We got NFL 1 week from today, so we're getting in the swing of things. Go check out the DFS 5-pack. We got NFL sales going on. We'd love to have you join the team ahead of NFL season. And, yeah, with that being said, let's dive in. We'll make it short and sweet. It's Sunday. I know everyone wants to get on with their day. So let's do this. Alrighty. So as far as pitching options go, some decent ones today. Ownership, et cetera, is not out yet, so can't really take a look at that stuff yet. But that's okay. I think I can have a good grasp just by looking at it. Robbie Ray, man, this guy has been phenomenal. One of the best pitchers in baseball, really the entire season, but especially recently. Really tough spot against Oakland. Tons of right-handed power. They don't strike out a lot, so it's not the best spot on paper. But with the way Ray is pitching, you could use him any slate he's on. Today is no exception. I do like Burns slightly more. Having arguably a slightly better year than Ray, very comparable nonetheless, in a little bit of a better spot at home against St. Louis. Not that I love the spot there either, so I don't think you're crazy to like Ray more or to use neither of them. Dylan Cease, coming off a really, really nice outing last time out. Against the Cubs. I was on him that start. Don't really feel like I want to go back to him at this price point today. That said, I mean, we know his upside's real. Luis Castillo is a guy that's going to be high on my short list. I'm sure he's high on everyone's short list in this good matchup against Detroit. You know, they've had good games, and it's not like it's impossible for them to ever have a good game, but generally speaking, they're not a good offense. I like Castillo quite a bit here. A nice discount from the guys up top. Corey Kluber's a no. Luis Patino is interesting. I've talked about Patino a ton this year. One of the best pitching prospects in baseball. This guy's stuff is legit. He's got a really live arm. In good form right now. So at any point, he could, take a step back. He's young, green. But on paper, at 8,200, I think he's worth a shot, especially in tournaments. Josiah Gray is another guy I feel similarly about. Not good last time out against the Phillies, but now in a much better spot, at home against the Mets. Big money's coming in on the Nationals today. I like the Nationals side, so that only makes me like Gray a little bit more. Alicia Hernandez. I like Hernandez's stuff. I'm a fan of his arm. Not really sure I want to spend $8K for him here, though. We'll have to see what this Philly lineup looks like, but as of right now, doubt I would get there. Taijuan Walker, no. He just has not been the same since that really nice beginning of the year. Will Crow, no. Plesac, no. Matt Moore, no. Cole Irvin, definitely not. Brady Singer, no. I mean, Brady Singer's not the craziest play in the world because he's 6,700 and has a full leash, but I personally don't love him. John Lester, no. Casey Mize, no. Zach Davies, no. Griffin Jackson, no. Keegan Aiken, no. So really, I mean, and it's unfortunate, we're looking at the top guys. I think that's what makes Castillo so appealing here is this $8,900 price tag. I got no problem using two of Castillo, Patino, and Gray. I don't have to use either Ray or Burns here. They're the two best pitchers on the slate, but neither is in amazing spots, and especially Ray, and I don't think you have to go there. So it's just, I mean, honestly, I like Gray and Patino. I kind of like that pairing. It's going to be unowned. You can go with whatever bats you want. So let's lock that in for now. Not that I'm saying I need to go there, but feeling it for this moment at least. So let's move ahead to some bats. Mets and Nationals, we've got Taijuan Walker against Josiah Gray. I'm not looking at the Mets bats here. As far as the Nats go, I don't think they're out of play. I don't love them here. Josh Bell finally has outfield eligibility, which helps. Lane Thomas, now he's priced up. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this game for offense. Probably not where I land. Baltimore and the Yankees. The Yankees look like they're in a great spot. Now, Aiken has been better recently. I used him at home against the Angels in that day start, and he was good last time out against Toronto, in Toronto. So, worth noting. Not like it's automatic the Yankees go off here. I'm hoping that they're not really that expensive. I'm waiting to see how how ownership comes in. If they're going to be lower owned, I like them a lot. If they're going to be chalky, I don't. That's just what it is. Torres is really cheap. I'm sure he'll be really chalky. The first baseman will get love. Stanton and Judge will get love. Yeah, actually, this offense will be popular because why wouldn't they be? On paper, they're in a great spot against Aiken. Aiken's pitched better lately, though. So in tournaments, I think you can fade them if you want. As far as Baltimore goes, Kluber's not a guy I trust, but I don't really want to pick on him, the Yankees bullpen, etc. So not really for me. Oakland and Toronto. This series has seen offense through and through. I liked offense on Friday night. I didn't end up using any. I was bummed out, and then it blew up again yesterday. As far as this game goes, the Toronto side's appealing. I mean, against Cole Irvin, who's been decent. Toronto's just better than him. Hasn't been great the past few times out. Now he's in a really tough spot against a hot Toronto team. I think this is a situation where they're going to be in play, and they're not going to get a ton of love because they're facing a decent pitcher and they're hella expensive. So I like Toronto as a contrarian stack. I also don't hate some pieces of Oakland. I mean, they are going to be unowned. They're expensive. They have massive power, like I mentioned. They run. And the only thing I'll say here is, like, on paper, it's not a great spot. But we saw on Friday night, the Cardinals against Peralta won the slate at 0 ownership. So not saying if you're making a single entry lineup, you play the A's here. But if you're making a bunch of lineups and you're not using Ray in some or a bunch of them, I think you're wise to take a look at some of these Oakland bats. Cincy and the Tigers, not looking at the Tigers here. I like his feel quite a bit. Casey Mize, not great yet, but, man, I respect the cut of his jib, and he finds a way usually to finagle out of jams. I'm not overly excited about Cincy here. I think they're in play. If you want to stack them, Detroit's bullpen sucks. Mize is not impervious to getting blown up. It's fine, but not where I'm going to land. Phillies and Marlins, we've got Coonrod against Hernandez. The Coonrod-Moore combo against Hernandez. So Philly, I mean, doubt I could prioritize Philly at these price tags in this spot. I respect Hernandez. Not saying they couldn't ever get there, but this ballpark against a decent pitcher, no thanks. The Marlins against Coonrod and Matt Moore, don't hate it. A guy I had in a couple of my lineups and never ended up getting there on Friday was Jesus Sanchez. Big boy power, hitting clean up at 2,400. We'll have to wait and see what their lineup looks like, but they got cheap pieces all over. All right, Indian. Excuse me, guys. We'll take some water. All right. So we got Plesac against Austin here. All right. So I don't know much about Crawford. I have to do my due diligence on him and find out, before I do the write-up. As of right now, I'm not looking at Plesac, but I'm not overly excited about the Red Sox stack. We know that Plesac can get hit. We also know that when Plesac is on, he can pitch decently well, like he did last time against KC. I liked him a lot in that spot against Detroit. He was very good. So Boston is in play, but I'm not excited about the Red Sox here. Probably not where I land. And then the Indian stack, I want to see what I can find out about this Crawford. It's a bullpen game. Let's just find out right now, actually. Oh, I got you guys on there. One second, guys. Let's cover Crawford. I don't think this guy projects out as some kind of great prospect. But he's having a good year this year. Obviously, why he's getting the start, getting the call up today. He missed most of June with COVID. Wow. So he is having a really good year in the minors. The Indians lineup is not great. Again, I don't want to do too much of this while I'm on here with you guys because it's boring as hell, but I want to find out more about him before I really dive into the Indian stack. But with Crawford not even being in play here, I'd probably just stay away from that side. I was going to say both sides, but you couldn't even play Crawford if you wanted to. Minnesota and Tampa, Griffin Jacks against Luis Patino. not interested in Minnesota here. I think that they're a contrarian stack that's not crazy because we've seen Patino get hit specifically by lefty power, but not where I'm going to take my shot today. And as far as Tampa goes, we just got ownership. It looks like they're coming in really underowned. I mean, they went off yesterday. And I see no reason why we couldn't go right back here. Rose, Rania, Meadows. I mean, the entire lineup. I see no reason why they should be getting no love. I'm confused. I like them a lot. They're wildly in play. It does look like the Reds and the Yankees and the Brewers, which we'll get to, are the teams getting a lot of love, with a lot of other teams coming in underowned, including the Rays, the White Sox, which we'll get to, the Blue Jays, which I already touched on, which I like a lot. Oakland's coming in way underowned. Not that, their chances of being one of the best teams on the slate is that high, but they're coming in with very low ownership. So, yeah, just something to note. Speaking of those Milwaukee Brewers, St. Louis at Milwaukee, Burns against Burns against Lester. I get why Milwaukee's getting love. Lester sucks. He's not good. He's coming off a good outing last time out, though, against the Reds, so I'm not really trying to pick on him. He always does me dirty. Whenever I pick on him, I feel like he does just enough to get by. So no thanks for me on stacking the Brewers here, especially at high ownership. And then the Cardinals, no thanks against Burns. The White Sox and Royals, Brady Singer against Dylan Cease. So the Royals, they have to get to Cease and also be the best team. And, the Royals just aren't very good. So it's happened before. It's not like the craziest thing to think the Royals go off, but it's not where I'm going to play my flag today. That's for damn sure. As far as the White Sox go, a couple teams I personally like more, but they're right up there with, the Torontos of the world. I mean, it's not like Cole Irvin or Brady Singer is so much better than Cole Irvin. These guys are of similar ilks, even though Singer's pitching well right now and Irvin's not. That could change today. The White Sox also been really good recently, in great form. Their lineup looks awesome. They're firmly in play as a full stack. Last but not least, the Pirates and the Cubs. I mean, it does look like the Pirates are getting love here. Both offenses are getting love here. And while I don't like the pitchers, no thanks on the offenses. I mean, these offenses suck. There's other places I like much more. If you want to fill in, especially in cash games, with a Moran or Schwindel or Yoshi, do it. I mean, you could definitely do worse there, but I won't be surprised at all. And I'm making 4 lineups today if I don't have a single piece of this game. I'm definitely not forcing it in. Both teams are going to be overowned, I think. Not really where I want to go. So that's what I got for you guys today. I think there's plenty of options. You can spend up on pitching and spend down on bats, vice versa. A bunch of good hitting spots. A lot of teams getting low ownership with the Yankees and Reds coming in with a ton. So, yeah, I love these Sunday baseball slates. The last one, this last big Sunday slate we'll have for a while because the NFL, which is bittersweet. I love NFL Sunday, but I also love these big MLB slates, So let's crush this one. Let's go out with a bang on Sundays. And thanks, guys. As always, if you want more videos, more content, more write-ups, any of that fun jazz, go check out the DFS5pack.com. And appreciate you guys as always. Thanks again.